I've been on mute for the longest time. I'm just now realizing. Here we go. Let's try this again. All right. The Arkansas Derby edition of the Notorious OTB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up at Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Get up to $750 in cash back rewards each month when you sign up at Edge Boost and use the promo code SGPN. Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my Cuban links
Yes,
on.
Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves eat good. If you were
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the Crying Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Barry the Sniper Spears.
You know how we do. Rockefeller. Forever. You catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like Satan.
Barry, I always tell you, these afternoon shows are dangerous because it gives me just a little too much time to get just a little too high before we start. What's going on, Barry? What's good?
Not much, my brother. A lovely Thursday. Ready for the weekend.
There we go. Well, Barry, I've got some business to run past you. One of the higher ups at SGPN, one of our great leaders, Sean Green, he suggested for your viewership, for your audience, that you come up with a nickname for him. And I think I have the perfect one of what we're going to call the crew watching. Fans of the Notorious OTB are Junior Mafia. Baby.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good. So thanks for tuning in, Junior Mafia. Barry, let's get into it, but let's make sure we're adequately caffeinated and ready to rise and grind. Hey, Barry, did you donate $1 of every bag sold to
I did.
Africa?
I did.
Okay.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, check out the big brain on Barry. Hey, Barry, did you also know that it comes from a Colombian growing co-op adding to their community development? Those people could be cultivating the coca plant for the cartels and contributing to the supply of America's insatiable thirst for that booger sugar. Sure, if they were producing cocaine, we would surely get more Pusha T bangers, and that would be nice for Barry and I, but I digress. Listen, so they're not only taking Colombian farmers out of the drug game and helping equine athletes, they're also making a damn fine cup of coffee too. So put some giddy up in your cup with Sherbet. It's time to fuck shit up with Sherbet in your cup. Sherbet coffee.
I don't think that's going to make it on TV somehow.
I mean, in the streaming era, things are different, you know?
It is. It's definitely a different time.
You can make it a side effect and put it in a psoriasis commercial. You probably sneak it in that way. Ooh. Yeah. Barry, why are we here today? We're talking Arkansas Derby Day. That's right. It's one of my high holidays. And after this one's over, we're a better picture of what the old Kentucky Derby field looks like. And Barry and I, we dug into this card. We got our $100 budget bets for you. We're talking Oaklawn Park this Saturday, the 29th of March, year of our Lord, 2025. Post time for the card, 12:20 Eastern, 11:20 a.m. God's time, 9:20 a.m. Pacific time. And if you've seen this before, we can play any race, any wager type, whatever makes that cash money. Just got to stay within the $100 budget. Barry, what did you think of this card? I'm curious.
It is a great card. Top to bottom, a lot of races, a lot of horses to bet on, a lot of opportunities to beat favorites. It gets on a scale of 1 to 10, probably an 8.
Probably an 8. Okay. Going through it, I didn't think it was like bomb potential. I also didn't think it was super formful. I thought it like kind of fell right in that middle ground. And I was actually surprised looking at our wagers here, how involved we are early in this card, given the composition of it. But let's dig in. Let's pull up some past performances. Sure. Barry, you actually kicked us off on Arkansas Derby Day. You, Mr. I like to sit back and wait. Just jump the gun here. Right in it in the first. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm adopting the Wolfie stepping on necks early mantra. So, yeah, no, I found a situation where I want to try to beat a favorite in the first race, the 10 horse. Cash Me Up, drawn way to the outside in the 10th spot, going a mile and an eighth at Oaklawn isn't the greatest of post positions. So we're going to try it early. And we're going to use the number 3, Ember. This horse has a few races to go back to. September 5th, it's kind of a perfect trip win, so that one really doesn't count. But all the others, this horse runs a really good race every time. Not to mention the horse is kind of versatile, can be up close to the pace or sit off of it. Jose Ortiz riding as well as anybody. I think he's going to have this horse in the right spot at the right time. So we're going to use Ember in our daily double. And we're going to use Mad Adam, one of your horses that you cashed with on January 3rd.
Yeah.
Gets into a
I
spot.
remember the day well.
Yeah, this horse gets back into a spot that's winnable. I think they kind of went a little bit over their head after the win on January 3rd, then kind of got back with the friends. Last time was claimed by Chris Hartman, who 25% off the claim, first off the claim. I really think this horse is in good hands. Has the hot riding Tyler Bacon in the saddle with a little bit of a weight break, which for me seals the deal. So we're going to use the 3 Ember and the 5 Mad Adam in $5 daily doubles going into race 2.
Going into race 2. And race 1 was the 9 furlong, $10,000 allowance. My apologies, Barry. That was just poor manners not setting that race up for you. I'm going to set this one up, though. Race 2, 6 furlongs, $110,000 maiden special weight on the dirt. All the races will be on the dirt. What do you want, turf? It's too bad. You want to fight about it? Let's go. All right, Barry, how are you closing out this daily double in race 2?
We're going to single the 5 horse, Bon Tomp. And if you look at this horse's past performances, he's got 6 races, all of them against top-notch competition for the 3-year-old crop. Donut God is a stakes winner, beat this horse first time out. Coal Battle, who we all know. Speed King, who we all know. Sandman, who we all know. Tistastic, who we all know. So this horse has been keeping good company. I think going that far was a little bit too much. Going a mile and 16th, I don't really think this is a mile and 16th horse. And the last effort going to the lead against that field and then dropping back into this spot makes all the sense in the world. I'd be shocked if this horse is 9-2. If this horse is 9-2, you should empty out every penny in your account and place it on Bon Tomps. Bon Temps. I don't know how they're going to say it. They're going to say Bon Tomp, right?
I think they'll say Bon Tomp, yeah.
Or Matt Dinnerman.
Well, yeah. I think I'll send him a DM because I have sway with the Dins.
Excuse me,
I'm gonna
sir.
suggest,
Sorry for being a peasant. My bad.
I'm gonna suggest that he Cajun mushmouth it up with that. Just Bon Tomp. Just get after it. All right. Well, Barry, 2 paths did diverge in a snowy wood very early. Because I start in race 2. I have a single in race 2 in a daily double, and it's not your horse. We're on completely different horses for our singles here. Now, if you follow these shows, you know that I typically try to avoid maiden races and focus in on horses where I've got a really strong opinion and form to point at. But I really like the looks of a first-time starter for the Ass Man in race 2, the number 3, Vital Mind. At 2-1 here. Asmussen has his horse working lights out and pounding slow 5 furlong workouts through him after a bullet work back on March 5th. And it's also the first foal out of multiple graded stakes winning mare, She's a Julie. Vital Mind gets Jose Ortiz up in this maiden race, which is worth noting, especially since they hit at a 32% clip together. So I'm singling that horse, Vital Mind, in the daily double. I'm doubling into race 3. 6 furlongs, $110,000. Arkansas bred.
I was steep raised. You think I'm scared to catch a case on some bullshit?
It's a maiden special weight. I'm spread out 4 deep in this race with a couple of shots that I'm taking a stab at with pedigree because of winning half siblings and some other sensible horses. Tismarcus, sensible horse here. Speed figures are there and should play a role in the race early. Arcoma, the 2 at 30-1. Yeah, you got to squint, but there are some winning half siblings here. And this horse was sired by Vacoma, which is pretty fucking notable for an Archie bred. I used the 3 Willie cuts, 9-2, because I could easily see an Asmussen double with this horse. It ran a great race last out, showed the ability to pass other horses. And then another one, Barry, I'm not just throwing it downfield. I'm like that old Michael Vick Powerade commercial where I threw it out of the stadium here because I'm taking the 7 flat out best at 30-1, or blessed at 30-1. First time starter for first time trainer Tracy Glover. And guess what? The dirty little pig boy angle of the pet horses at play.
Little pig boy.
Could I get the definition?
Little pig boy. He's that pathetic, dirty bitch baby mistress gets the stand up.
Yeah. Owned by Tracy Glover. Pet horse. Once again, I mean, it's a squinter, but there's some half sibs there. I can make a case. Let's see. Oh man, Junior Mafia is popping off in the chat here. We got Thomas Blaine. Vital Mind, Into Mischief, tough to beat. I agree. And then what? We have a horse called Tismarcus. Why not Tismarquee? Fucking A. I like this guy.
See?
That's good. That's the good stuff right there.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Good.
I'm gonna call you David Blaine every time, but so thank you, David Blaine. All right, guys, real quick before we get into our next play, got to get a word in for the people who are keeping us in gold rope chains, and expensive minks. I'm talking about our friends at Iron Bets because the Notorious OTB is partnered up with the premier horse racing ADW Iron Bets. While most ADWs are shuttering their rewards programs, Iron Bets is going strong because they're the ADW built by horse players for horse players. Sign up and get a deposit match up to $300 plus take advantage of Iron Bets daily promos. Watch and wager on the best racing action at Iron Bets. Download the Iron Bets app and use promo code NOTB so they know that we sent you. That's Iron Bets in your app store, promo code NOTB. And don't forget to give the app a 5-star review in the app store. And we're also brought to you by our good nerds at Rhythm. Rhythm is your home for AI picks and props. Rhythm is already off to a great start, helping you dominate March Madness. Building your own custom model is easy and profitable. Plus, they got models for NBA, golf, and coming soon, MLB. Sign up today for a 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.RITHMM. And if you excuse me, I have to get a brief rehydration interlude in.
I got ice all over my body looking like a snowman. Big rocks in the grill dancing like a slow jam. My chain so heavy I'm walking like an old man. Try me, you.
Barry and I are back, and what are we doing? We're giving out free picks.
And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department, lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless.
Because we are selfless. Barry, we are back to it, and it's back on you, my friend. It's your honor. You're on the tee box here, sir. Race 4, the 6 furlong, $35,000. Non-winners won something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. Optional claiming. Barry, what do you got here for race 4?
I have a win bet and some exactas. A couple of them, or 3 of them to be exact. But we're going to key this horse on top, the 9, Pharaoh's Heart. It appears that this horse really needs the class relief. It was running in $62,000, $80,000, $50,000 optional claimers for a while. Dabbled in the American Beauty at Oaklawn. Didn't run that bad that day either. But I think the fact that this horse is getting the class relief will make all the difference. This horse can be forwardly placed right up on the lead or right off it. I think that's a great place to be in this race that doesn't look like it's too top heavy with speed. Getting Pratt is also a plus, as you would think. And the last race was actually a lot better than it looks on paper. Ran against a horse by the name of Taxed, who's very, very good a couple years back. She's obviously still good, and there's no shame in losing to that horse on less than preferred surface. And the horse didn't really run bad, Pharaoh's Heart, that day. So we're going to give that one a shot on top. 12-1 seems kind of a stretch. I don't think this horse is going to be 12-1. If we get it, great. I was thinking more half that, 6, 7, 8-1-ish, maybe even lower than that, which kind of stinks, but we'll go with it. So we got a $15 win bet on Pharaoh's Heart, and we're taking $5 exactas with Pharaoh's Heart on top, using the 8 Eddie Strudis, who coincidentally is a barn mate of Pharaoh's Heart. The 10 Dealing Justice out of the Tim Martin barn with Tyler Bacon up. Another one that can use the class relief quite a bit here. 15-1 is a great price on a horse like that. And the 12 She Called, same sort of deal. Just a drop down, training well. There's a nice workout on March 22nd for this race. The post position isn't that great. That's why that horse isn't on top. But we're going to use the exactas 9 over the 8, 10, and 12 for $5.
Barry's in with his win bet in race 4. Barry, we're in a race similar here, but I'm going to go ahead and lead this one off. 6 furlongs, $250,000. The Matron Stakes. I'm playing a $20 win on the. Oh, hold on, real quick. By the way, you had 2 horses in the last race that were both owned by David Jacobson, trained by David Jacobson. Sir, that is a double.
That's a double pet angle.
Little Pig Boy comes from the dirt. He's a Weasley little mud grub who needs to be stood on. Little Pig Boy.
Yes, you've rubbed off on me, to say the least.
There we go. Also, hello to the Sure Betties.
Betty!
Tuning in. We love you guys. All right, we are on to race 6. 6 furlongs. I'm on Vendetta. So here's the deal. My first play could be a Steve Asmussen double. My next play is a win bet on Steve Asmussen. So if he doesn't have a great day, I might be what the French call lay fucked. I landed on another Steve Asmussen horse for this $20 win bet with Vendetta. When I went through this race and evaluated this thing for class and works and speed, I only had 2 horses in this race that were good enough to win. And it was the number 1 Vendetta at 4-1 and the number 4 Almost Gone Rocket at the just boner poison price of 3-5. And I think you got a legitimate shot to beat a 3-5 here in this race. For one, Almost Gone Rocket is fresh off the shelf, and off of a career high figure. She's 4 years old with only 3 races to her name, and I think there's a chance she could take a little step back. Vendetta, however, is the third off the layoff and progressing up to what could be a big figure. And she put out a big figure at Mahoning Valley that would be capable of winning this race if she can, make the 8-point leap in Buyers. Should be sent from the rail, and if speed is carrying and the rail is carrying, then we might have a 3-5 dead to rights here. So I'm a $20 win bet on the number 1 Vendetta. Let's see. Apparently, which one the Jacobson scratch? We'll see. We'll see. I don't. So nothing's
They're not
official.
gonna
Don't
scratch.
accuse us.
No, he probably wouldn't scratch. They don't have the same running style, but if they do, I would say the Pratt horse is staying in no matter what.
David Blaine once again coming in strong with in France they call it "le fucked with cheese." Look at
That
that,
happens.
David Blaine making magic in the chat. Way to go, Junior Mafia. We
Well,
love it.
didn't Pulp Fiction tell us that it's a Royale with cheese? So is it?
Yeah, that's what he's referencing. Yeah.
So is it like a Le Fucked Royale with cheese, or is it Royale Le Fucked with cheese?
I think it would be
See
like
what
a
I'm saying?
Royale Le Fucked fromage of some sort.
There you go.
Yeah.
All the French words. All the French words.
I
call
just
you
it up.
Call you Florent Giroux, Junior.
Yeah. There we go. Barry.
Vic Damone's son.
Also in. Huh? What?
Vic Damone's son.
Oh, there we go. All right, Barry. You're in race 6. Also, you have a win bet, but it's a different horse. Where are you going?
Yeah, I feel like you want to fight because you're always in the same race as me. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I took Lady Moscato, number 3 in this race, for the very reason that I'm with you that Almost Gone Rocket isn't too appealing in this spot at 3 to 5 on the morning line, which is crazy, but probably deserves it based on the body of work so far, which is not much. I'm betting against that horse with the notion that someone's going to run with this horse early or outbreak this horse and be in front of her. My thought was Vendetta might be that one basically because of the post position. If not, Hall and Ice is going to have to go. So, I mean, either way, I think this pace gets hot, whether Almost Gone Rocket is on the front or not. That being said, I think Lady Moscato is the best closer in the race. She can stay in touch, which is key, and finish. 12 to 1 is a great price. I love the bullet on March 19th for this race. Dwayne Lucas, that's his thing. Let's go. Lady Moscato to the hoop, baby.
Keith, or Keith, as I like to call him, Keith Asmussen winning on a Dwayne Lucas horse. Chief Keith Asmussen here. Winning on a Dwayne Lucas horse feels like a very angsty, like fuck you, dad, kind of thing. That's probably how it goes down.
We don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
I'm my own man. That sort of thing. You know what I'm talking about. All right, Barry.
Traitors.
You've got our next play in race 7 here, and I fear that I might have actually nope, just forgot the bookmark. We're good. I thought I had left this page is completely off. We are good. 6 furlongs, $62,000 non-winners at 2-something. Optional claiming. What are you slapping down in race 7?
Oh yeah, we're really throwing downfield here. I think this is a great race to bet. Might be the best race on the card, depending on how it ends up. But we're going to do a $10 win bet and $5 doubles out of this race into race 8. So for the $10 win bet, we're going to go to number 3, Clear the Air, at 20 to 1 morning line. Honestly, there's quite a bit of speed in this race. And I gravitated to the horse in Clear the Air, who I think, and again, this is where the gamble is, can be slightly off the pace enough to close into this fast pace. You can see it. Bohemian Bow, Disco Ball, they're going to be firing out of there. King Cab, who I've seen run a million times, he only has one way to go. So that's what my idea is, that Clear the Air can kind of slip in right behind the 1 and the 2 and fall into a great trip. And that's what we're banking on here. So we're going to use that $10 to win there, and then we're going to use $5 doubles using this 3 Clear the Air, the 6 Echo again at 10 to 1 for Norm Cassie, who is second off the bench. Ran a pretty good race first time off the bench on a good track, probably not the preferred surface. If you look at this wet track body of work for Echo again, it's not very good. Probably needed that last race. Somehow he turned into a gelding since January 31st. But I think this horse is another one who will probably be closing fast late. We're also going to use Carboni, who started off his career like a freight train and hasn't won since. But this is the low or the shortest spot possible for this horse. The lowest claim price this horse has ever run in, and he's only run in a claiming race twice. I think this is the spot, to get this horse back on track. We're going to take a shot with Steve Asmussen, Eric Asmussen. I mean, this horse has been running against the best of the best. You got Mystic Dan in there, Timberlake, Nash, Seize the Gray, Raging Torrent, Ninja Warrior, who's a nice local horse. We had to use him going into race 8. So the 3, 6, and 8, and $5 doubles into race 8.
Crystal Conning, I was talking with her one time whenever she was the paddock analyst last year, and she loves this horse. She said he's like an absolute like head turner on the track, and she was really hyped on him. And apparently, like Asmussen was really hyped on him too. So I'm interested.
Yeah, I
to see what
mean,
happens
he has a lot of potential. Just hasn't kind of realized that he won, 2 races fairly easy right out of the gate, and really hasn't showed up since. I think this trip is his better trip. Basically the 6 furlongs rather than going over a mile. So I think him getting back to sprinting is key. Hopefully he'll get the trip and get the W if the other 2 don't.
Well, there you go. Barry, if I'm not mistaken, you are in for your 100. Is that right?
Yeah, to finish out this double in race 8. Yeah, I'll be done.
That's right. That's right. Here we go. Race 8, closing into what I think is I think that there's a chance for upset here, but I do think that this is a banger of a race. 8 furlongs, the Grade 3 Oaklawn Mile, $500,000 on the line. What did you do in the Oaklawn Mile? I'm interested.
I really don't think they're gonna beat either Wine Stewart or Saudi Crown. Saudi Crown has a huge pace advantage. He's so much faster than everybody in this race. He's going to be on the lead. It's just a matter of whether he wants to win or not. And if he doesn't, the Wine Stewart's going to be right on his hip. So, and everybody else is okay, but I'm not, I see the banishing with the 3, triple digit buyers, but I need that horse to prove it against horses like Wine Stewart and Saudi Crown.
Okay, so that's how you're closing it out with the Wine
Yep,
Stewart.
Yeah, with the 1 and 8. Yes, with the 1 and 8 only.
So
it's $30. It's a $30 play, so that closes me out for my 100. But it leaves us open to kind of open things up in the latter half of the card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, so I like to put together like a playbook for the day that's like, if I cash, these are the fun bets that I can finance down the road later in the card. If that makes any sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, layaway plan.
You got to eat your vegetables, got to eat your vegetables before you have your pudding. All right, that got weird. Let's get a word in from our good friends at Underdog. Listen, Underdog Pick'em, you can play any sport and win up to 100 times. Here's what my Underdog Pick'em is going to look like. I'm going to put together every single Razorback player going higher on their total. Woo damn pig, I don't have to explain myself to you. So sign up with promo code SGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. And SGPN is partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DF site, sweepstake site, racetrack, or casino. Have you ever had that happen? I've had mine shut off trying to get money out of the ATM at fucking Oaklawn, and then my card's just like shut off for like a day because the bank was closed. It's awful. Get Edge Boost. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money's safe as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks, and it's completely free. So check out Edge Boost. If you excuse me, I need to get yet another rehydration interlude.
Where you at, haters?
Jaguar switching 4 lanes, top down, screaming out money in the thing.
Bubble hard in the double R, flashing the rings with the window crack. Holla back.
All right, we are back in it, and Barry's in for his 100. I'm bringing it on home here. My next play, bring it. Yeah, that's right. I took it for a walk. Now I'm bringing it home. All right, my next play comes out of race 10, 6 furlongs. The Eclipse Overnight, $145,000. It's restricted. Damn it, I'm reading your conditions. Here we go. It's a 4-year-olds and upward, which have not won a sweepstake in 2024 through 2025. There we go. So it's kind of like bums of stakes winners kind of thing. All right, I've got a $20 win bet, and my win bet is going to be number 6, Ninja Warrior, Greg Compton, Frank Arrieta. I'm highlighting a name here. I will go ahead and get it out of the way that this horse is owned by friend of the show, John Holloman. So I have to give the disclaimer that this pick was not because I like John Holloman. It was because I like Ninja Warrior. Now, can your subconscious show itself without really realizing it? That's for another show. We'll dive into that later. I thought that Ninja Warrior might have finally kind of put it all together, and it's sitting on a big race in this spot. If you look back in the history, when this one was still under Diodoro, you saw a must-have the league type speed horse, and it took a lot of training and a lot of races, but Ninja Warrior has finally learned how to rate and stands to take advantage of a nuclear pace out in front of him. And all right, here's my theory. This horse doesn't like being down on the inside. And being a little more outwardly drawn and projected to get a wider trip might work out perfectly for Ninja Warrior. They've been building this horse up to this spot, and while the last out buyer came back a little slower than you would hope, the 2-back effort was strong. And if the track will let a horse come from just a little off the pace, which I do think it will, then I think Ninja Warrior's got a great shot. What do you think of old NJ here, Ninja Warrior?
It's a good pick, man. I think this price might go up a little bit, just because of who you're dealing with in this race. Some bigger outfits and bigger names that might attract a little bit more attention. That's great because this horse loves this track.
It's true. It's true. We'll figure out. So I was going to play possibly an exacta here, and the reason I did, this is part of my thought process, is as of now, I still have no word on what race Just Steel is going in, to the Oaklawn mile or into this race. I would think he actually goes into this race because it's more likely that he has a shot in this than that loaded Oaklawn mile. But we'll see. I've heard that D. Wayne has not made his mind up yet. Anywho, on to my next one. My 4th and 5th play. This will put me in for my $100. It comes out of race 12. 8.5 furlongs, $750,000. The fantasy stakes. Man, I was gonna have a ludicrous sound drop ready, and I fucking forgot. Damn it! I'm playing a $10 exacta, 7 with the 2-3, and then a $10 daily double, 7 with the 3-8. And Barry, it just might be an acid flashback here, but I'm vibing with some bets that are remarkably similar to my Louisiana Derby bets. We've got an Oaks Prep here with the fantasy. And for the second week in a row, I'm on the 7, who is favored in an Oaks Prep and playing a double into a number 3 trained by Steve Asmussen in the big race. Literal deja vu here. The difference here is instead of doing my keyed exacta in the big race, I'm doing it here in the fantasy. And I don't think it's probably going to be hard for anyone to figure out who I'm talking about using. It's the 7, simply joking. Is this horse, I'm kind of running my day through here. For this card, I wanted to put all my strongest opinions, the heaviest part of my bankroll through my strongest opinions, which is simply joking. And this is something that Barry and I have talked about a lot, making your day through a horse. So I'm going to try to hammer it vertically first with the $10 exacta with 2 longer prices underneath. Debuted in a stakes race and then won in the Silver Bullet Day at Fairgrounds in the mud, no less. And she's coming in off the layoff after winning the 2, and she takes a step forward. It's bedtime, I think. Should get to the front, and I think I have, everything her way on the front. I like 2 horses that should be sitting rail trips underneath, and both are at larger prices. I think they come from off the pace. It may be on a favorable rail on Arkansas Derby Day, and it's the number 2, California Sunset at 12-1 for the Flowcocks. And then it's also, yeah, gotta get the gotta get a Flowcocks in on Arkansas Derby Day, and then the number 3, Kinsey Queen, which I once again have to give it's because I like Kinsey Queen, not because I'm that good of friends with John Holloman thing. So there we go. I'm going to try to do max damage with Simply Joking, and I'm keen in the double too. With one horse, I really like at a longer price, and the logical horse that refuses to lose. So we're finishing out the double, race 13, Oaklawn Park, 9 furlongs, $1.5 million. The Arkansas Derby, grade 1, and I'm closing out my daily double here with 2 horses. The 3, this is my top pick, Publisher. Publisher, like Tiz-tastic last weekend, is coming in off of a troubled trip in the Rebel Stakes. Worth noting that he retains Flavian Pratt in the spot, and Asmussen and Pratt pair well together. Now, yes, this horse is an 0-for-6 maiden, but we throw on some blinks today, and that answers the same question we ask of all maidens, which is what's different today. Sometimes just trying something different moves a horse forward in a big way. I think stands to sit a really good spot in this pace shape. So, I mean, should be sitting behind, of course, Bob's entry, the 9 Cornucopian, as well as the early speed of Ron Marquette's 5 Speed King, and 4 Best Friend Rocket, who I think will send on Dwayne's instructions. I think of Seize the Gray in the Preakness last year as an example of him just telling the jockey to quarter horse it out of nowhere. So I do think there might be just too much early speed for Cornucopian. He's going to be forced to look some other horses in the eye early. The other possibility is that everyone does that thing Barry and I hate, and everyone just lets Cornucopian go and fights for scraps. If that happens, I don't know. I'm mad. I'm mad if that
I'll throw
happens.
my TV in the ocean if that happens.
He's going to do that. I'm going to burn down my garage if that happens. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to be so mad. All right. I'm also using the 8 Cole Battle 7-2. Though to be honest, I have no earthly idea what the tactics are going to be on Cole Battle. I literally have no clue what this horse is going to do. The horse is versatile as hell. He's wired, close from deep. Cole Battle just seems to do what Cole Battle needs to do to win. I believe we call them push button horses. Is this the $2,000 stud son of Cole Front, a horse of destiny? I mean, at this point, I've seen nothing to the contrary, so I'm going to use it in my daily double to finish out into the big race, the Arkansas Derby, where I was using the 3 Publisher and the 8 Cole Battle. We're out for our 100. Barry, as is tradition, saved the juiciest morsels for the last race of the day, so you can leave with a little bit of profit in your pocket. It's a sure bet of a bailout bet.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
All right, we've got race 14. I'm going to have to pull it up on DRF because I did neglect to print that one out. I told you with this late start, it's just dangerous. It's dangerous. I have too much time on my hands.
I don't really like the last.
All right, there we go. Race 14. Yeah, let's
I don't like that.
Get something pulled up here. Bear with me. You don't like that race?
It. Nah,
you're not going to bail out.
It looks. No, I would bail out in the Arkansas Derby personally, but if you are going to play the last race, you can play a double. Lat Long looks like an overlay, like not an overlay. Excuse me. Sorry about the term. Looks like he lays over that field in the last race, Lat Long. I wouldn't want to mess with that, but I do like Sandman quite a bit in the Arkansas Derby. I think he had a little bit of bad luck, and that experience, especially going 2 turns as many times as he has, is going to help him eventually. He drew well in that race. Gets hot riding Jose Ortiz. I think that's going to make all the difference. I think he's going to be the guy.
Okay. I like how you said that you didn't have a bailout bet for us, and then you just had a bailout bet.
Well, I did, but it wasn't the last race. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
It
so
was
I
actually
feel you.
the big race. But
This is
if you
this
want
is
that bailout, play the double.
yeah.
Lat Long
Yeah.
Sandman double.
See, this is the race that's like the appetizer to the leaf blowers. Like it's right before they come through, like blowing all the fucking tickets away, and everyone's like, "Get out of here so we can leave."
It's literally Bailoutville. Everybody at the track is betting to try to get money to get out.
To
On a
get
14
out.
race
Well,
card.
I got out with
Yeah.
yeah. Right. I got out with the number 12 Dance Samo at 15-1. I think I might have pulled the trigger on this horse previously. I'll have to review some tape, but I think Dan Samo sits the great white stalking trip behind the early speed in this race. Got fans 6 wide last out, didn't handle it well. You know, going over that like overland route. Plus, Van Berg pairs well with Frank Arrieta when they team up. So at this
When
price,
you say that, I always think wine. Like
set
when you
up.
say pairs
It's a
well,
swing away.
think
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I worked in the wine and liquor industry for a long time. I'm all about those pairings. I know what I'm doing. But I think it's a swing away dinger bailout right there, 15-1, closed out.
That's a big bailout, man.
That's
A
yeah,
cojones. Especially
that's more
when,
than a bailout.
That's a full course meal, like 7 courses.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a full meal, like full like? Well, of course you play pro basketball. Of course,
Yes,
did.
I did. You know what's funny? The first place I ever did that at was this resort up north of Saratoga called the Sagamore. All the jockeys used to stay there, but they had this, the dinner in this big hall. Everybody that's staying there is in there, and it's courses. They give you the first course is like a sweet soup. It was like a cold apple soup. It was weird.
Yeah.
But during the first time I was there,
room temperature apple juice is what I think.
no, it was like apple sauce, but not. It was weird. It was I didn't get it. But during the dinner, a bat got into the hall, into the dining area, and the staff was trying to trap the bat, and it was flying. How bats, when they're exposed to light, they fly very erratically, and it was hilarious. All the stuffy people were clutching their pearls and such, and it was pure chaos. And I was sitting there as like a 9-year-old kid, just laughing like it was the best thing I ever saw.
I was about to bust, waiting for you to say Batatouille. Yes. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Try the veal. All right, Barry. Let's wrap up some picks here. You'll lead it off since you were in race 1, and that's how numbers work. What do you got?
All
for
right.
us? And Nick Severs, I want to hear the typo on this when you see
it. So race 1, $5 daily double, 3 and 5 with the 5. Race 4, $15 win bet on the 9 Pharaoh's Heart with $5 Zactas, 9 over 8, 10, and 12. Race 6, $20 win on number 3 Lady Moscato. And race 7, $10 win bet on number 3 Clear the Air, and $5 daily double, 3, 6, and 8 with 1, 8. And we're gonna cash all these and retire. Just to let you know.
Holy shit! I got all of yours right. That means I messed up mine. I'm a martyr. I'm just a nurturer, caring giver. I sacrifice myself. All right. I start off in race 2 with the $5 daily double. The 3 with the 1, 2, 3, 7. Got some bomb prices in there. Race 6, I'm a $20 win on the number 1 Vendetta. Race 10, I'm a $20 win on the number 6 Ninja Warrior. Then in race 12, we're going to play a $10 exacta, 7 with 2, 3. And then we're going to daily double out of this race. 7 with the 3, 8. There's the typo. I forgot to do a backslash instead of a comma. Nick, find it? Nope.
You missed it.
Nope. I was gonna give you.
I see it.
This is gonna turn into a contest, and whoever wins, gets the most typos. I'm going to give a handmade for a free back rub. That never expires, ever.
That is forever, by the way.
That is forever. Barry, that's it. We've looked at this Arkansas Derby card. We have given out our $100 bets. We've given out a reluctant bailout bet, a coy bailout bet from Barry. We wrapped him up. We've done everything here. We'll be back tomorrow bright and early, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 God's time. It's our most consequential show of the week. It's the next edition of I Put That on My Mama. We will see you tomorrow, Junior Mafia. We're out. Bye-bye.